What's poppin'? It's Mello back at you with another video, and today we are getting into it. The Combustion Volume 2 kit. We have waited a long time for this. I've at least waited to give it to you for a long time because I put a lot of work into this. It took a long time to get the sounds to where I wanted them to be. The purpose of the last Combustion kit was to make some stuff that was really hard hitting and to get my sound design down as far as doing sound design, and also give you something unique. This one right here, I wanted it to be more thorough, something more firm, something more diverse, something that I could stand on for a whole year. And really, to be honest, something that I felt like once I make this, you know, it'll be the most functional kit in my arsenal. You know, that's what my goal was for this, you know, something that, okay, I'm making a hard trap beat, I got sounds for that. I'm making a hyper pop trap beat, I got sounds for that. You know, things of that nature. Now, the majority of these sounds are made from scratch, not custom, 100% from scratch. Some of them are custom, that's very few, and they're very, very few, like, you know, just a clav or something like that in a triangle that are actually copy and paste. I may have did like a little bit of mastering on them, but that's it. But most of the sounds in here, especially all the kicks, all the snares, all the 808s, all the rims, 100% from scratch, not from anybody else, not, you know, rearranged or anything like that from anybody else. So it's original. You're getting something original that I poured my heart into on the sound design that's gonna hit really hard or hit how you need it to hit when it comes to these beats. So I'm gonna demonstrate some of this. I'm gonna make a couple beats, but before we get into it, I need you to put a like on the video, subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Let's go. So we got a few folders, we're gonna preview them. I'm gonna go over some of the most important folders first. So 808s, everybody loves 808s. I have 808s broken down into two folders, 808s with the kick and 808s without the kick, which I call boneless 808s. Never heard anybody say that. You heard it here first. So we're gonna listen to some of the 808s with the kick. They hit pretty hard. You know, a lot of unique stuff in there, some stuff that's just functional, that just fits, you know, with everything that's going on right now, some experimental stuff. So it's really diverse, really good. But those are mainly for when you want to use an 808 without a kick, or if you know how to mix and stuff, you can put a kick over it, all that stuff. It still works. And with the boneless 808, I like to use kicks a lot. So it's basically a side chain 808. Let's take a look at one of these. When you look at it, it kind of fades in. So it gives the kick room when you put a kick over it, and it sounds good no matter what note you're hitting under a kick. So a lot of unique sounding stuff, but it's real good for when you want to use a heavy kick. Now we're going to go to the kicks folder. So the kicks are broken down into three folders: punchy kicks, thumpy kicks, and ridiculous. So punchy kicks are kicks that sound real good in most cases, or in some cases, over the 808s with kicks, because they have less sub, but they're very punchy. So they're good to use over the 808s with kicks. So let's listen to a few. Very good, very smooth, very clean. Now we're gonna skip down to thumpy. Thumpy is more for when you want that oomph, that bass, that heavy hit, but you don't want it to clip and stuff like that. You just want it clean. We got that. These are really good to use over the boneless 808s. Let's listen to them. Real heavy, thick textures. You know, they cut through the mix, they sound real good, and they give you that thump that you want in the low end. Now, ridiculous is the best of both worlds because you get a good sound, but you also pretty much have the clipping kicks. So it's mainly kicks that are very loud. Make sure you have the normalizer turned off when you use them. Let's listen. They sound crazy in the mix. We'll probably use some of those later. And for the last of the folders that are divided, we have snares. So snares comes with three folders: layered snares, rollers, and unlayered. As far as layered snares, those are snares that sound like they have a clap, really good to give high energy to trap beats and things of that nature. Let's listen to it. I want to play this one again. I love that one. The rollers are really good for snare rolls and things like that, so they're real short and snappy in most cases. Let's listen to some of these. There you go. You could roll those out and they'll sound really good. So the unlayered snares are really snares that don't have a clap or any funny things over them. It's just pretty much bare snares. So let's listen to them. Very good snares. You might want to put those with some claps and layer some claps over them and things like that, or just use them raw as they are. One thing I have to note, all of these sounds are made from scratch, meaning I either synthesized them myself or I use a combination of sounds to create something new. And it's usually not just layering. I don't want to make it sound like I'm taking popular sounds and just layering them. That's not what it is. I put a lot of work into how these sounds are crafted. So they may sound similar to some of the stuff that's out, but it's different. It's different. You'll see that when we go to the claps folder. So of course, let's go through some of the claps. A lot of these claps have great texture. They sound good by themselves, but they also sound really great and unique layered over snares. So you might want to experiment a little bit with that. Let's go over to FX. All of this is synthesized by me, 100% original. Let's listen to it. We got some textures. And of course, you know, we gotta have a vinyl texture for you. Very good texture. Let's go over some of the hi-hats. Open hats. Very unique open hats. Some of the percussion. Now, most of that is made from scratch. Some of that copy and paste because of functionality like this. Those two, those sound good on beats. They're classic percussion. It just is what it is. It's functional and you may need those. But the Zap, custom. I really like how it sounds, especially when you roll it. Now let's listen to these rims that I made, all from scratch, 100%. Fire. We got a few Vox in here. Put a few samples in here. And this is a folder that I need you to not sleep on, the drum loops folder. Now the drum loops, I didn't really use drum loops a lot, but I tried them out recently. And the thing about drum loops are they are very convenient, especially when you don't want to make the drums. If you just put some stuff and it sounds good, it can just complete a beat after you make a melody. It can just simplify things so much. And on top of that, if it's dope, you can actually learn from it. So we definitely got some good loops in here. Let's listen to some of the hi-hat and percussion loops. Very unique. Some of them are very functional. Got to get real hip hop. Then we got the percussion loops. All right, so those will add extra flavor under a hi-hat line. Now outside of that, I got 4 actual full drum loops tracked out. You see every track. Let's listen to the masters though. Now the thing about those full drum loops that's really dope, you could drag in the master and you'll have the full drums right there, you know, and they sound really good under a lot of stuff. And on top of that, in Fruity Loops and maybe in most other DAWs, I'm not sure how they work, it will already be tempo synced to whatever tempo you're using. So you'll be good. And you could just use it with whatever tempo you're using and stretch it out. It's a drum kit in a nutshell. Let's get to making some beats with this. I'm gonna make something super quick and easy. Let's go straight to some keys. Let's go here. Let's work on this drum pattern. All right, so we got a hi-hat line. Let's use the 808 with no kick, just to show you how it works. We got that one right there. Now let's use a thumpy kick. We'll take the rock. Let's listen to this kick pattern. So we'll make one more. Gonna lower the pitch. We're gonna use one of these drum loops I talked about to show you some things. All right, let's listen to the final beat. Click the link in the description to get the kit. I mean, it's self-explanatory from there, you heard it, but I'll be back with more tutorials. But other than that, I'll see y'all another day, somehow, some way. I'm out.
Wait, that's Mello.